Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Mariah and today's topic is it possible to have a disability you can't see? This video is research based and I know that I have talked about invisible disabilities in the past, but I wanted to do a full video on this because this topic is important. Almost all the information I'm going to present in this video is from the Disabled World website. Yes, it is possible to have a disability you can't see. It is called an invisible disability. Invisible disabilities or hidden disabilities are defined as disabilities that are not immediately apparent. Some people with visual or auditory disabilities who do not wear glasses or hearing aids or discrete hearing aids may not be obviously disabled. Some people who have who have vision loss may wear contacts. A sitting disability is another category of invisible impairments. Sitting problems are usually caused by chronic back pain. Those with joint problems or chronic pain may not use mobility aids on some days or not at all. And sorry in advance for any background noise or mistakes you hear in this video or voice changes. I'm sorry I didn't mention that earlier. Although the disability creates a challenge for the person who has it, the reality of a disability can be difficult for others to recognize or acknowledge. Others may not understand the cause of the problem if they cannot see the evidence of it in a visible way. People with some kinds of invisible disability, such as chronic pain or some kind of sleeping disorder, are often accused of faking or imagining their disabilities. These symptoms can occur due to chronic illness, injury, birth defects, etc., and are always obvious to the onlooker. Invisible disabilities are certain kinds of disabilities that are not immediately apparent to others. It is estimated that 10% of people in the United States have a medical condition which could be considered a type of invisible disability. Nearly 1 in 2 people in the United States have a chronic medical condition of one kind or another, but most of these people are not considered to be disabled, as their medical conditions do not impair their normal everyday activities. These people do not use an assistive device or most look and act perfectly healthy. According to the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, an individual with a disability is a person who has a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities, has a record of such impairment, or is regarded as having such an impairment. Generally, seeing a person in a wheelchair, wearing a hearing aid, or carrying a white cane tells us a person is disabled. But what about invisible disabilities that make daily living a little bit more difficult for many people worldwide? Invisible disabilities can include chronic illnesses such as renal failure, diabetes, sleep disorders. If these disorders substantially impact normal day activities of everyday living. For example, there are people with visual and auditory impairments who do not wear hearing aids or eyeglasses, so they may not seem to be obviously impaired. Those with joint conditions or problems who suffer from chronic pain may not use any mobility aids on good days or ever. Another example is fibromyalgia, and I'm sorry if it's pronounced wrong, but I did my best, which is now understood to be the most common cause of chronic musculoskeletal pain. Sources estimate that 3 to 26 million Americans suffer from this hidden disability. Other types of invisible disabilities: chronic pain. A variety of conditions may cause chronic pain. A few of those reasons may be back problems, bone disease, physical injury, and any number of other reasons. Chronic pain may not be noticeable to people who do not understand the victim's specific medical condition. Chronic fatigue. This type of disability refers to an individual who consistently feels tired. This can be extremely debilitating and affect every aspect of a person's everyday life. Mental illness. There are many mental illnesses that do qualify for disability benefits. Some examples are depression, attention deficit disorder, schizophrenia, agoraphobia, and many others. These diseases can also be completely debilitating to the victim and can make performing everyday tasks extremely difficult, if not impossible. Chronic dizziness. Often associated with problems with the inner ear, chronic dizziness can lead to impairment when walking, driving, working, sleeping, and other common tasks. People with psychiatric disabilities make up a large segment of the invisibly disabled population covered under the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. 96% of people with chronic medical conditions live with an illness that is invisible. Many people living with a hidden physical disability or mental challenge are still able to be active in their hobbies, work, and be active in sports. On the other hand, some struggle just to get through their day at work, and some cannot work at all. Some invisible disabilities are ADHD, asthma, bipolar, Crohn's disease, and epilepsy. And I forgot to mention allergies as well. U.S. Invisible Disability Statistics. This is a note. Almost all of these statistics were said earlier, and they were included here as well. I'm sorry if you don't like that the information is duplicated, which also can if you don't know what the word duplicated means, it means repeated. About 10% of Americans have a medical condition that could be considered an invisible disability. 96% of people with chronic medical conditions live with a condition that is invisible. These people do not use a cane or assistive device and act as if they didn't have a medical condition. About 25% of them have some type of activity limitation, ranging from mild to severe. The remaining 75% are not disabled by their chronic conditions. Although disability creates a challenge for a person who has it, the reality of the disability can be difficult for others to recognize and acknowledge. Others may not understand the cause of the problem if they cannot see evidence of it in a visible way. Invisible disability in society. Invisible disabilities are the most common types of disabilities among college students. For example, students with learning disabilities, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, and or psychiatric disabilities may request accommodations even though they do not appear to have a disability. There are numerous other hidden or invisible disabilities such as heart condition, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, and seizure disorder. And I'm sorry for messing up that word, but I keep doing that. A recent scheme known as the Sunflower Lanyard Program has been launched in the UK. The Hidden Disability Sunflower Purpose aims to help others identify when support may be needed for those with disabilities such as autism, dementia, anxiety, and other conditions that may not be immediately obvious to other people. A number of a growing number of organizations, government, and institutions are implementing policies and regulations to accommodate persons with invisible disabilities. Government and school boards have implemented screening tests to identify students with learning disabilities as well as other invisible disabilities such as vision and hearing difficulties or problems in cognitive ability, motor skills, or social and emotional development. If a hidden disability is identified, resources can be used to place a child in a special education program that will help them progress in school. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll post the article that I used in the video description box along with a brief video description. As always, I'm open to any suggestions that you have for any future video topics. Please let me know what they are in the comment section below or on my Twitter page, and my Twitter handle is @BurleyMariah, and that's my last name to my first name, and I can spell it for you, @BurleyMariah. My next video is going to be on special needs versus disabled, and in that video I'm going to give the definitions of each word. I'm going to see if I can find any examples, and I'm going to, if I can find it, give views on how each of these terms are viewed by people, by society, or in the disabled community. I hope that everyone's staying safe, and I want you to know that I'm praying for you, your families, and the world. I will post my notes in the comment section for anyone who needs them. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want to and found this video to be helpful. Feel free to share this video with anyone you think might need it. If you want to be notified for when I do any live streams or upload any new content, you're going to want to hit the bell icon, and then you're also going to want to hit the all option under the bell icon. Thank you guys for watching. I love all of you guys. Bye.